Right now, a silent war is being waged inside of you. A microscopic army of trillions of living beings holds the power to make you sick or to heal you completely. And the science is clear. We're on the losing side, because we're wiping them out without even realizing it. Maybe that's why you feel stuck. You're living with that lingering inflammation, a fatigue that coffee can't fix, and a brain fog that steals your clarity. Perhaps your medicine cabinet is full of pills for blood pressure, for blood sugar, for sleep, and you feel like they're just band-aids, because no one is telling you where the actual wound is. The answer isn't in another pill. It's at the epicenter of your health, a place that modern medicine often ignores: your gut. In the next few minutes, I won't give you another temporary fix. I will hand you the master key to rebuilding the very ecosystem that gives you life: your microbiota. You will understand why it's damaged, and I'll give you a real, simple, science-backed action plan to revive it. If you're ready to stop fighting against your body and start working with it, write in the comments right now: "Today, I choose my health." To take real control of your health, we first need to demolish the fundamental myth that keeps most people sick. It's an error so common, I guarantee that even many health professionals make it. They confuse the microbiota with the microbiome. Understanding this difference is the key that unlocks everything. Imagine your microbiota not just as a garden, but as an ancient, hyper-intelligent civilization living inside you. They aren't just tenants, they are your engineers, your pharmacists, and your diplomats. Trillions of bacteria, viruses, and fungi that have co-evolved with you for millennia, working in a perfect symphony. Now, if the microbiota is the civilization, the microbiome is the Library of Alexandria of their genetic knowledge. It is the living instruction manual. It's the millions of genes these organisms possess. And here is the crucial part. This software communicates with your software. It's giving your DNA commands on whether to burn fat for fuel today or store it on your hips, whether to produce serotonin so you feel happy and calm or spiral into anxiety, whether to manufacture essential vitamins like K2 and B vitamins or make you dependent on a pill. It is, without a doubt, your body's operating system, the true brain of your metabolism. Why is this the key to everything? Because this civilization of allies isn't a luxury, it's your life support system. They are the drill sergeants for your immune system, training it to distinguish between a real threat and simple pollen, thereby preventing allergies and autoimmunity. They are the intelligent customs agents at your intestinal wall, a living filter deciding which nutrients get a passport into your bloodstream and which toxins get deported. And they are the master alchemists who transform the food you eat into the bioavailable nutrients your cells can actually use. Let me give you an example that will make you viscerally understand their power. Do you suffer from chronic anemia despite eating iron-rich foods? It's like trying to carry water in a leaky bucket. It doesn't matter how much iron you consume. Without the workers in your microbiota to process and transport it, those precious minerals go straight down the drain. You are not what you eat. You are what your microbiota allows you to absorb. But here comes the modern tragedy. We are committing an internal ecocide with a habit you consider harmless, even healthy. And no, it's not just junk food. There is a far more integrated saboteur in our daily routine, hiding in plain sight. If this revelation is already a light bulb moment for you, this is your cue to subscribe and turn on notifications. Because what I'm about to expose about the hygiene products in your bathroom won't just change your habits. It will make you realize that in your quest to be clean, you may have been waging a war against your own body. And the second food I'll reveal will surprise you even more. Get ready, because we're about to put the three horsemen of your microbiota's apocalypse under the microscope. And I guarantee that after this, you will never look at your bathroom or your medicine cabinet the same way again. The first horseman is, ironically, the biggest lie that 20th century marketing ever sold us. The obsession with sterility. The hidden science you need to know. Your skin isn't just a wrapper. It's a sensory and immune organ protected by an invisible biochemical shield. The acid mantle. This mantle has a slightly acidic pH, around 5.5, which is the perfect environment for your personal bodyguards. Commensal bacteria like Staphylococcus epidermidis. These aren't just passengers, They are active soldiers producing their own biological weapons, antimicrobial peptides, to annihilate invaders. An antibacterial soap is an indiscriminate chemical bombardment. Its alkaline pH dissolves this acid armor, and its agents like triclosan act like a broad-spectrum herbicide on your ecosystem. This isn't precision surgery, it's a scorched earth tactic. Let's break down the domino effect that a simple antibacterial soap unleashes on your body. These aren't separate acts, it's a cascade of consequences, one inevitably leading to the next. First consequence. The shield is dismantled. The first thing the soap does is dismantle your skin's protective shield. Think of the good bacteria on your skin as the first line of defense of a castle. Antibacterial soap isn't a precise archer that eliminates only the enemies. It's a catapult that brings down the entire wall. By eliminating your allied bacteria, you leave your skin completely defenseless, open to any problem. Second consequence. The invasion of opportunists. Once the wall is down, the castle is exposed. That power vacuum on your skin is an open invitation for the most problematic and resistant microorganisms to settle in without any competition. Organisms like certain aggressive fungi and bacteria seize the opportunity to multiply. The visible result? An unexplainable increase in problems like dermatitis, eczema, and rosacea. Your skin hasn't suddenly become sensitive, it's been invaded because its defense system was destroyed. Third consequence. The unexpected consequence of body odor. Here is where the logic will surprise you. The beneficial bacteria on your skin feed on your sweat and break it down without generating bad odor. It's the invasive bacteria, the ones that colonize after the soap bombardment, that produce the compounds that smell bad. So, ironically, your daily attempt to eliminate odor actually eliminates the protectors and feeds the very microorganisms that produce it. Fourth consequence. The system-wide alarm, the skin-gut connection. This is the final and most profound consequence. Your body is an interconnected system. The skin does not suffer in silence. When it's under constant chemical attack, it releases stress molecules that travel throughout your entire organism. Your immune system interprets this as a red alert, a signal that the whole body is under attack. And one of the first places to react. Your gut. In an act of defensive solidarity, your gut increases its own inflammation and weakens its cell junctions as a precaution. So here is the complete truth. Every time you use that protective gel, you're not just weakening your skin's defenses and worsening body odor in the long run. You are sending a direct signal to your gut to become inflamed. In your attempt to build a fortress on the outside, you have been, unknowingly, sabotaging the peace from within. Enemy number 2. The stomach's false friend. Chronic antacids. The second saboteur is a Trojan horse that disguises itself as immediate relief. The chronic use of antacids like omeprazole. Millions of people rely on it, without understanding that they are dismantling one of their body's most critical security systems. The fundamental truth the industry ignores: we've been sold the dangerous idea that stomach acid is the enemy. It is, perhaps, the costliest mistake in modern medicine. Your stomach is not a fragile organ. It's designed to be a cauldron of hydrochloric acid, an environment so hostile it would dissolve an iron nail. This digestive fire is your northern border's guardian, and it has two non-negotiable missions. Disintegrate proteins into their basic components so you can build your body. Sterilize everything you ingest, annihilating bacteria, viruses, and parasites before they can invade you. The 4 inevitable consequences. The digestive fire is extinguished. An antacid doesn't soothe your stomach, it throws a bucket of ice water on it. By neutralizing the acid, you eliminate the spark that activates pepsin, the master enzyme for digesting protein. It's like sending raw, uncut ingredients directly to a factory's assembly line. The result is chaos. The gut rebellion. Dysbiosis and SIBO. Those chunks of poorly digested food arrive in your small intestine, a place unprepared for them. There, instead of nourishing you, they putrefy. This putrefaction becomes a luxury feast for opportunistic, gas-producing bacteria. They multiply uncontrollably, causing the dreaded SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. The feeling. That bloating that makes you look 6 months pregnant, painful gas, and unpredictable digestion. The security breach. Invaders and parasites. Without the protective acid moat, the gates to your castle are wide open. Dangerous bacteria like Helicobacter pylori, a cause of ulcers, fungi like Candida, and even parasite larvae that were once instantly incinerated now have a VIP pass to enter and colonize your system. You are literally inviting the invaders into your home. The silent nutrient heist. The hidden cause of fatigue and anxiety. This is the most overlooked and devastating consequence. An acidic environment is essential to absorb key minerals and vitamins. Without it, your body cannot extract vitamin B12, crucial for your energy, memory, and neurological health. Magnesium, the calming mineral, essential for relaxing your muscles and nervous system. Iron, fundamental for carrying oxygen and preventing anemia. Calcium, vital for your bone health. Does that nagging fatigue, unexplainable anxiety, nighttime cramps, or bone fragility sound familiar? They might not be just a part of getting older. They could be the direct, predictable result of sabotaging your stomach acid. The inevitable conclusion be why taking an antacid chronically, you are not healing a symptom, you are dismantling a system. You are trading one problem, acidity, for a cascade of much more serious ones. Maldigestion, dysbiosis, chronic infections, and systemic nutritional deficiencies. Enemy number 3. The hidden price of healing. Antibiotics without a rebuild plan. The third saboteur is both a miracle and a weapon of mass destruction. Broad-spectrum antibiotics. They are a pillar of modern medicine that saves millions of lives. But every time we use them, we pay a biological price that almost no one explains to us. The truth no one tells you that a course of antibiotics is not a surgical strike, it's a saturation bombing. It's like trying to put out a forest fire by burning down the entire forest. It doesn't just kill the invaders, it causes a mass extinction of hundreds of species of your allied bacteria. And herein lies the silent tragedy. Unlike a forest that can regrow, some of those species, once eliminated from your personal ecosystem, may be gone forever. The biological consequences. The silence of the allied genes. When you lose these species, you don't just lose bacteria, you lose the genetic skills they lent you. It's a genetic amnesia. Your body forgets how to perform vital functions it had delegated to its ecosystem. For example, the production of butyrate, the primary fuel your colon cells use to repair themselves and stay strong, vanishes. The wall loses its energy source and begins to weaken. The serotonin factory, since 90% of the neurotransmitter for happiness and calm is produced in the gut by these bacteria, suddenly shuts down. Your gut, the center of your emotional well-being, goes silent. The synthesis of vitamin K2, the GPS, that tells calcium to go to your bones and not to accumulate dangerously in your arteries, is turned off. The kingdom of chaos. The rise of opportunists. This massive deforestation leaves a power vacuum, an anarchic territory. And who occupies it? The most resistant and problematic organisms that were previously kept in check. The opportunistic fungus Candida albicans stops being a peaceful citizen and morphs into its more aggressive form, extending roots, hyphae, that literally puncture the delicate lining of your gut. The resilient superbug, Clostridium difficile, which was controlled by competition, now finds itself without enemies and launches a rebellion, causing severe diarrhea and systemic inflammation. The slow burn of disease. The toxic legacy. This new reign of terror doesn't just cause digestive havoc. These opportunistic organisms release a constant stream of their own toxic waste, mycotoxins from fungi and endotoxins like LPS from bacteria. This toxic cocktail leaks through a now permeable gut, activating your immune system 24/7. This is chronic low-grade inflammation. The slow, silent fire behind brain fog, joint pain, skin problems, and that fatigue that never goes away. These three attacks, the deception of cleanliness, the betrayed guardian, and the scorched earth, converge into a silent catastrophe. A deep dysbiosis and a chronically permeable gut. And as you now know, This is the direct highway that carries inflammation from your gut to your brain. Now that you know the brutal truth of this silent war, I ask you one last time. Which of these three horsemen has ridden through your life? Share your story, because your experience is the living proof. Acknowledging the enemy is the first step to reclaiming your territory and rewriting your future. Forget the idea of a quick protocol. What you need is a biological reconstruction plan. We're going to restore your digestive system by addressing the root causes, not just the symptoms. It's based on 4 pillars of action, and the first one is by far the most important. Pillar number 1. The biochemical foundation. Controlling the stress axis. The first step isn't a food or a supplement. It's a direct intervention on your autonomic nervous system, the command center that dictates your body's chemical state. The key principle you must understand. Your body operates in 2 main modes. Survival mode. Sympathetic system. Fight or flight. When you're stressed, your body diverts blood and energy away from digestion and towards your muscles. The priority is escaping danger, not digesting a salad. Repair mode. Parasympathetic system. Rest and digest. In this state, blood flows abundantly to your digestive organs, activating enzyme secretion, nutrient absorption, and repair of the intestinal barrier. You cannot be in both modes at once. And you cannot heal in survival mode. The strategic action. Upon waking, before anything else, dedicate 90 seconds to a controlled breathing practice. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. As you do this, consciously focus on a feeling of gratitude or calm. The physiological logic behind the action. This isn't an esoteric practice, it's a voluntary manipulation of your physiology. Chronic stress floods your system with cortisol, the emergency hormone. Cortisol has an evolutionary command. Deliberately weaken the junctions of your intestinal barrier. Why? Because in a real danger situation, leaky gut allows immune cells to mobilize faster. It's a short-term survival strategy that, when maintained over time, becomes a sentence of chronic inflammation. Slow, controlled breathing and focusing on gratitude are the fastest, most direct ways to stimulate the vagus nerve, the main switch that turns off survival mode and turns on repair mode. In short, you are sending an unmistakable biochemical signal to your body to stand down from high alert and begin maintenance and reconstruction operations. Trying to heal your gut with food and supplements without first managing your stress axis is like trying to repair an engine while it's still running at full speed. First, you have to turn it off. Pillar number 2. Environmental and nutritional intervention. Once the stress axis is managed, the next step is to modify your chemical and nutritional environment. You cannot rebuild a system that is still under constant attack. The key principle you must understand. Your microbiota is a dynamic ecosystem that responds directly to the chemical signals in its environment. Certain substances act as direct aggressors, biocides, while certain nutrients act as selective promoters for beneficial strains. The strategy is, logically, to eliminate the former and dramatically increase the latter. The strategic action. Eliminate environmental aggressors. Conduct a systematic audit of your household chemicals. Identify and remove any personal hygiene, soaps, deodorants, toothpastes, and cleaning products containing broad-spectrum antimicrobial agents like triclosan. Replace them with pH-neutral, minimal-ingredient alternatives. The premise is simple. If it's not safe enough to eat, it shouldn't be in constant contact with your skin. Introduce nutritional promoters. Prebiotics. Deliberately incorporate foods rich in fermentable fibers into your daily diet. These aren't just fiber, they are the preferred energy substrate for the beneficial bacteria you want to cultivate. The most potent sources include garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, artichokes, green plantains, and cooled potatoes or rice, which develop resistant starch. The physiological logic behind the action. You are executing a two-pronged strategy. First, you cease exposure to xenobiotics. Harsh chemicals not only damage your skin's microbiota but can be absorbed and add to your systemic toxic load, stressing your liver and immune system. By eliminating them, you reduce a constant source of low-grade inflammation. Second, you initiate a selective colonization from within. By consuming prebiotics like inulin from garlic and onions or fructooligosaccharides, you are providing the exact food that key strains like Bifidobacterium and Lactobacillus need to thrive. This isn't a matter of chance. You are creating a competitive advantage for your allies. As they multiply, they naturally crowd out opportunistic strains and begin producing beneficial compounds, like butyrate. In short, you are stopping the poisoning of the ecosystem while simultaneously feeding your best soldiers. It's a logical intervention that changes the rules of the game in favor of your health. Pillar number 3. Strategic re-inoculation. Introducing living ecosystems. With the environment stabilized and aggressors eliminated, the next step is to actively reintroduce beneficial and diverse strains to accelerate the reconstruction of your gut ecosystem. The key principle you must understand: the health of your microbiota depends not just on having good bacteria, but on the diversity and synergy of those bacteria. A healthy ecosystem is like a bustling city with all kinds of specialists, not an army of clones. The goal is to introduce not just individuals, but functional communities. The strategic action: incorporate a small amount of live, unpasteurized fermented foods daily. The key is rotation and diversity. Don't eat the same one every day. Alternate throughout the week between kefir, dairy, or water. An extremely diverse source of beneficial bacteria and yeasts. Sauerkraut or kimchi. Fermented vegetables rich in lactobacillus strains, especially Lactobacillus plantarum. Plain yogurt or Greek yogurt, unsweetened. With live and active cultures. Kombucha, low sugar. A fermented tea that provides a different ecosystem, including Gluconacetobacter. The physiological logic behind the action. This strategy is biologically superior to taking a standard probiotic supplement for 3 fundamental reasons. Ecosystem diversity versus monoculture. A typical probiotic supplement offers, at best, a handful of isolated strains, a monoculture. A fermented food delivers a synergistic community. Hundreds, sometimes thousands, of different strains that have already learned to coexist and work together. You are transplanting a functional microecosystem, not just releasing a few lone soldiers into a hostile territory. Probiotics plus postbiotics, the complete package. Supplements give you the bacteria, probiotics. Fermented foods give you the bacteria and the valuable compounds they have already produced during fermentation. These compounds are called postbiotics. Organic acids like lactate and acetate, digestive enzymes, antimicrobial peptides, and B vitamins. These postbiotics have an immediate beneficial effect, helping to regulate your gut's pH and providing a direct anti-inflammatory effect, even before the new bacteria get established. Immune training, modulation, not just colonization. Many of the bacteria from fermented foods don't permanently colonize your gut. They are transient visitors that, as they pass through, interact with your gut's immune system, the GALT. This interaction acts as low-impact training, teaching your immune system to be more tolerant and less reactive, which is crucial for calming allergies and autoimmune responses. In short, with fermented foods, you aren't just adding bacteria. You are introducing diversity, delivering fast-acting bioactive compounds, and positively modulating your immune response. It is a far more complete and sophisticated intervention. Pillar number 4. Immune recalibration. Reconnecting with the microbial environment. The final pillar is based on a crucial biological truth. The intelligence and balance of your immune system come not from isolation, but from constant, diverse interaction with the microbial world. The key principle you must understand. For decades, we've treated our immune system like a fragile object to be protected inside a sterile bubble. This is a fundamental conceptual error. Your immune system is an adaptive learning system that needs data, in the form of microbes, to calibrate itself correctly. Imagine your immune system has 2 main branches. A branch that fights real invaders, viruses, dangerous bacteria. A branch that manages allergens and parasites. In our hyperclean world, the first branch, the invader fighters, gets very little training. As a result, The second branch, the allergen managers, becomes overdominant, hypersensitive, and paranoid. It starts overreacting to harmless things like pollen, dust, or certain foods. This imbalance is the biological root of the explosion in allergies, asthma, and autoimmune diseases. The strategic action. The goal is to deliberately reintroduce safe microbial data to retrain and rebalance your immune system. Soil-based organism exposure. Walk barefoot on natural soil or grass. Work in a garden without gloves. Soil is one of the richest sources of diverse microbes. It contains organisms like Mycobacterium vaccae, a soil bacterium that studies suggest can positively influence serotonin production and reduce stress responses when it interacts with our system. Microbiome cohabitation. Interact with animals. Pets, especially dogs, act as transporters of microbial diversity from the outdoors into your home. Science has shown that households with dogs have a greater and healthier diversity of microbes, which correlates with a lower risk of allergies in children. Natural ventilation. Open the windows in your home and car frequently. Allow outdoor air, with its natural microbial load, to circulate. The recirculated, filtered air from HVAC systems creates an artificially sterile environment that contributes to the detraining of your immune system. The physiological logic behind the action. These are not just healthy activities, they are deliberate acts of immune recalibration. By exposing yourself to a wide array of harmless microbes from the environment, you are providing your immune system with the data it needs to calm its hypersensitive branch and strengthen its ability to identify real threats. In short, you are shifting the paradigm from protection through sterility to resilience through intelligent exposure. You are not protecting a bubble. You are training a sophisticated biological system to be wise, tolerant, and robust. Before we continue, I need to pause. What I'm about to say is, without a doubt, the most important pillar of my health philosophy. This knowledge I'm giving you is not a treatment, it is your new navigation map. It gives you the power to understand the terrain and see the routes that were once invisible. But on this journey, you are the driver of your own vehicle, and your doctor is your professional co-pilot. Your biology is a unique and complex universe. Your history, your genetics, and your current circumstances require a personalized strategy. Your co-pilot, the qualified health professional, is the only one with the tools to look under the hood. To order blood work, inflammatory markers, or deeper diagnostics to rule out serious conditions that can mimic the symptoms of dysbiosis, such as celiac disease, Crohn's, or ulcerative colitis. That is why I ask you to use this power intelligently. Do not walk into your next appointment and simply say, "I saw a video on the internet." Walk in with a proposal for collaboration. "Doctor, I've been researching how chronic stress impacts gut permeability and the importance of prebiotics. Given my history, do you think it would be worthwhile to explore this angle in my case? Do you see the difference? The first phrase positions you as a passive patient following advice. The second establishes you as a proactive, informed partner in your own recovery. My goal is not to replace your doctor. It is to make you a better patient so that, together, you form an unbeatable team. Healing happens when your knowledge and your commitment meet the experience and tools of a professional who trusts you. That is true empowerment. Today, you didn't just receive a map. Today, you cracked the code. You've understood that true medicine isn't prescribed, it's cultivated inside you. Healing your microbiota isn't just an upgrade. It is the biological turning point where you stop managing symptoms and start building real, resilient health from the ground up. It's the moment that vitality replaces inflammation, mental clarity annihilates the fog, and empowerment banishes fear. You've completed the first pillar. And that puts you ahead of 99% of people. But real transformation happens when you connect all the pillars. I've designed my videos to work as a system, and YouTube's algorithm is an expert at showing you the next link in the chain you need. Trust the process. The video your intuition tells you to watch next, the one appearing on your screen, is the right one. Keep the momentum alive. Click it and take the next decisive step. I'll see you there.